Yo yo yo, what's happening guys? METAVERSEMILLEN here. How are we all today? We're about another video. We're currently in LA right now, looking through the map. It's been a couple of weeks. I really need to take some time away just to kind of like digest, just take a step back. It's been over like 3 years as well, so we're coming back with fresh new content now. We are back with a bang. We're going to try and upload as many videos as we can. We're fully on the grind with Granada Hills, with everything what's happening with the Uppies and everything with Granada Hills. It's completely flying. The team's crushing it right now as well. Being away for the last 3 weeks to a month is just like Granada Hills is continuing to grow, if not like kind of get faster and faster. There's over 2.5 million sparklet now in the node, which is so cool to see. Shout out to Laban with uplitics.org as well. This site's amazing just to see where we're going. So yeah, the structures are going up nicely. Over 2,000 properties, 2,126 right now. We've got 370 unminted, so hopefully this unlocks around Christmas. I think LA locked in around December, middle of December, something like that. We've got 336 properties under construction right now as well, so this is really cool to see. And every single day we're knocking out quite a few properties right now. So as you can see, we've got a coffee shop finishing in 8 hours, an arcade in 9 hours, a hamburger kiosk, an ice cream parlor, we've got a micro house and a sausage stand. And then if you go down here, you can just see the kind of work that everybody's doing, and all these like kind of addresses, they'll get pushed up closer once these buildings finish, because then the sparklet will just get moved onto the second or the third or the fourth structure. You know, it's pretty cool. I moved all my sparklet, well I moved all my Uppex yield over to sparklet, so if you actually see my yield now, I've gone down to like I went from 1.2 million down to like 725. I've got it back up to 730 right now, but then I can look at my sparklet. This is what's really happy. At the end of the month, so not this Wednesday but the Wednesday after, we'll be pushing this up as well, so hopefully we can get up to about 320,000, and then we're just going to continue that every single month now with sparklet. Right now I can build basically, if you think about 60,000 sparklet on a larger superstructure, I can pretty much build 5 superstructures with this sparklet balance. And what I do is I try and space them out a few days, so there's always one finishing like in a couple of days, instead of like waiting 16 days, 20 days, 30 days for a building. I space out those 5 buildings, so it does seem a little bit quicker, so I'm not waiting all the time to for 5 buildings to finish at the same time, you know. So that's one way I make it seem quicker. Like, it does take a long time to get these buildings up, but it's definitely worth it. The amount of structures now going up in Granada Hills is so cool to see. Like, this is over 3 years as well, so thinking about the kind of the progress and like where we're getting with it, all the kind of community, everyone what's a resident in Granada Hills as well. I think we've got 84 members now, which is so cool to see. But just like, this is like the main hub, this is where my factory and everything is as well, and it's just starting to like grow nicely as well. There's a lot of different players coming into the node, which is so cool to see. And then with the announcements and everything what's coming out in Upland, I'm just looking forward to like kind of the progression now. We're getting to a point where the property virtual trading game, the game I signed up for 3 years ago, has got so much appeal. Like, it appeals to adults what want to have something where like a fun investment. I class this as an investment, I always will do, and I see like the potential with these properties once you get mass onboarding and more kind of players in. But to get more players in, you need to have like kind of mechanics and different stuff for those players to do. You also need to see the return on investment, or players aren't going to put a lot in. They might put a little bit of money in. I've certainly slowed down now as well, because 3 years ago, like, you had that kind of vision where you like had a certainty, like not everything's definite, but you had a really strong certainty that those properties would kind of like grow over time with the demand. And then once we get the player base back in, we can get back to that point again. That's why I'm not against new cities and stuff like that. I just don't understand with the supply and demand right now, because if we go over to overview here and you look how many properties are actually unminted and locked, so 280 unminted and then 41 locked as well, so that's 320,000 properties. Then you just fired Milan on at another 20k as well. So if you think about kind of where we are with demand, like the supply doesn't make sense, but maybe in like a year's time, or maybe with Uppies, or maybe, you know, we take that as we come. And I see this going down nicely, but we can't just keep flooding supply and supply and supply. We need to like help this secondary market kind of grow as well, which is going to be really cool. And then especially with new cities and stuff like that, if you're in a new city, you've got to remember, like, Granada Hills is over 3 years old. That's been a lot of work, day and day, probably about $20,000, loads of sparklet, loads of time, like uploads, videos, like messaging, Discord. Like, it's been going on for ages. I just don't see a new city competing at all, and they shouldn't be able to either, because then the players would have actually put the time in, stuck with Upland for that long. Like, it takes 3 years to build what we've got and the size we've got. So I just don't understand, like, Milan's never going to compete compete with LA until probably maybe 10 years, 15, 20 years time, you know, by the time it catches up. But I just don't see with the pace like LA's going right now as well. I see a lot of players jumping in. I see a lot of players like starting to build their home. It doesn't have to be Granada Hills, but there's a lot of good nodes in LA as well. I just think it's future proof. I think LA's like the perfect opportunity for players coming in, whether you're new or old, especially with all the service structures, the different node managers, the different broadcasters, just everything's in LA. So this is what I'm really kind of proud about, and this is something we've pushed on every single video right from the beginning. Currently in LA right now. It's for a reason. The start of the intros for the videos have always kind of pushed and kind of highlighted LA like subconsciously in every single video. LA's just been a forefront, and it always will be. And look at where it is now. It's just so cool to actually see the growth as well, because it's not just about like our node in Granada Hills. It's about everybody in LA what's just constantly building. And I'm excited because I joined LA 3 years ago. There was a lot of strategy behind why we chose Granada Hills, but LA was always something what, like 3 years ago, people thought I was mad for buying in LA, buying in Granada Hills. Like, it was absolutely crazy back then because there was so many unminted, there was so many open spaces, and like now you look at it, it makes complete sense, because once you zoom out a bit, when you look at like 2030, 2032, 2035, like we've got enough time to grow this up all the way with new service structures coming out next year, maybe the year after, new vehicles, new everything. Like, I'm looking forward to where we're going. This opens us up. We're only pretty much 15%, 15.4% built out right now. So we've got so much room. So you don't want to be at the end of the journey. You don't want to have loads of buildings and structures. You want to be able to grow into it, and I think this is a perfect opportunity, especially if we can keep this up like 2.6, 2.7, 2.8, eventually get it up to 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, you know, and then it's going to constantly be building a lot faster. Right now it's 2.5 million, but imagine when it's 5 million sparkler. You know, we're going to push on this every single month. I believe in the node so much in the future. 149 service structures. It's just so exciting to see, like, kind of all that hard work, like the whole community is one coming together, and like they deserve this reward. The ROI on the properties they bought like 2 years ago have almost doubled already, so it's cool to see that side of it. And Uppies aren't even out yet. We've not even got the Uppies yet, so I'm really bullish. I'm looking forward to it as well. So yeah, shout out to everybody what supports Granada Hills and builds it up as well, because Granada Hills is going to be the #1 node in Upland. Like, we're not stopping. This is the beginning. I might not have filmed so much content for the last few weeks, but Granada Hills has constantly been getting bigger and like kind of a larger kind of sparklet balance over the last 3-4 weeks as well, not just for the last 6 months. Yeah, this is a steady growth, but I see this really going over 3 million, 4 million, 5 million sparklet, and I see this kind of really competing with like massive nodes, like well-developed nodes 5-6 years old. I just see it kind of like taking over in the next probably year to be #1, and I'm really like going to focus on that, and I'm not going to stop until we hit that as well. So everybody what's got properties in Granada Hills, buckle up, because we're going for this, and I'm so excited for the future as well. We've got the wheel. I've got to catch up with the wheel as well. I've got 3 weeks, week 14, week 15 and week 16 as well. So we've got the wheel here. Bazza86, thank you so much, brother, for supporting all these as well. If you do want to jump onto the Discord, check out the link in the description, and it'll take you over to the general chat here, and then you can go over to all the different pages. It just gives you all the information about Granada Hills and all the stuff what's going on right now as well. So you've also got the Spark Train to jump onto as well. I've got obviously the property giveaway. Shout out to Bazza86. Workday's doing a lot of stuff with the assets as well, so there's a lot of really cool stuff in here as well. So yeah, shout out to Workday, shout out to Bazza86 for all that as well. So we've also got the wheel to spin for the property, courtesy of Bazza86 and Workday, but then we've also got the 5,000 UpX for the weekly Spark Train to spin as well. And if you are a resident in Granada Hills, you will also win a Granada Hills property as well, so just swap any property for one of my Granada Hills properties. So without further ado, this is going to be week 14. We'll spin the wheel, and then shout out to everybody, good luck, and let's spin it. Let's see who's going to win this one. A lot of names on this as well, so jump onto the Spark Train on the Discord if you want to get involved. Every single week we'll take the names and we'll put it onto the wheel. So Aguli Cho, I've not got any better with butchering the name since I went away, but yeah, like, congratulations, brother. And what we'll do is take this, like, just so nice just to be able to copy the name. Imagine if you could do that in game. And then we'll go over to user search here, and then we'll basically paste it in here, and then we'll see if this player is a resident in Granada Hills. So this player is a resident in Granada Hills, so shout out, you've won the 5,000 Uppies off Bazzer86, but you've also won the Granada Hills property as well. So just swap me, I'll get a property in that, and then we'll give you a wee message as well and get that sorted out. So that's week 14, congratulations. Now we've got week 15 as well, so we'll spin this wheel for the same idea, 5,000 Uppies, and if you're a resident you'll get the property as well. So I need to start buying more properties up so I don't go under 1,000 properties. So JDM Junkie, congratulations brother, you've got that 5,000 Uppies, and then I believe you are a resident in Granada Hills, but let's just double check that, and if you are, you'll get that property as well. So let's go over here, paste this in, and let's go have a wee look. So a resident in Granada Hills as well, so congratulations, you've won a Granada Hills property as well, and that 5,000 Uppies from Bazzer86, so shout out to that. And then we've got this week as well, I believe this is week 4 to 15, week 16, I believe this is as well, so we're going to spin this, 5,000 Uppies, and then also a property if you're a resident in Granada Hills, so good luck to everybody. Let's see who wins this. Time is it 5:20? Everything's starting to calm down a little bit. Yeah, it's just, I'm not going to go into it, but I just really needed some time just to chill out a little bit. So, Locked 44, congratulations. I swear you just make these names so I can't pronounce them on stream, but yeah, shout out to you brother, you've got that 5,000 Uppies, and let's go see if you're a resident in Granada Hills as well. Are we going to be giving away 3 properties in a row? Let's go see. And then if we go here, let it load up. Portage Park, so you've got the 5,000 Uppies. Unfortunately you won't win the property, but shout out Bazzer86 will get that 5,000 Uppies over to you as well brother. So yeah, that's amazing, we've got those 3 there done now. So you've got Agul Chicho, you've got JDM Junkie, and then you've also got Lockthar 44 as well. And then we have got also, if we go back to the Discord, I've got one more giveaway to do, and then this is going to be for the assets and everything courtesy of Workday and Bazzer86, so shout out to you two. Let's go over to the wheel and see the names on this one. So this is the names, here we go, BMK5, Milan P87, John 69 Snow, JDM Junkie, Agulchio, Crypto Sleeper, and then Fullerman. So let's spin this and then see who's going to win this property courtesy of Workday and Bazzer86. Good luck to everybody on the wheel. And then this is officially caught up until Monday when we'll do the wheel again, so make sure you get your sparklet on the address. Congratulations Milan P87, you've won that property courtesy of Bazzer86 and Workday as well, so congratulations on that. And if you do want to jump on the wheel and get your name on the Monday kind of names, that's when I get the names over from Bazzer86, you can do. Just go over to the Discord, the link's in the description, and then go over to Spark Train here. And then you can see 5 structures completed. Please move your sparklet onto 16215. So if we take this address here, this is the address you want to go to, and once you've got your sparklet on this address, you'll be entered into the wheel as well. I believe, what's a minimum sparklet? I think it's 1,000. I'll just need to double check. But this is a property right now if you do want to be entered into the wheel. Let's go see. So yeah, 16215 Devonshire Street in Granada Hills. So you can see here, yep, 1,000 sparklets. Go chuck your 1,000 sparklet onto this property, and then you'll be entered onto the wheel on Monday. And if you keep it on, you'll be entered onto the wheel the next week as well. And we'll keep going with that 5,000 Uppies and also a property in Granada Hills as well. So yeah, buzzing with that. The markets are going up. Granada Hills is staying strong, steady as well. We're down under, I believe we're down under 500 properties, or we are at 500 properties for Uppies. And if you're OG Granada Hills resident, you'll know that was over 700 a couple of months ago. So just getting to where we are now, the price has gone up nicely, and there's a lot of plays building as well, a lot of strategy in Granada Hills. And yeah, if you want to just jump in to try and flip money in Granada Hills and take take benefit of the promotion and everything we're running right now, it's not going to happen because a lot of players know where the money is and know where the structures are and know what they're going to buy and build as well. So yeah, I've seen a few players trying to inflate, just buy properties to inflate them to flip, and it doesn't really work like that in Granada Hills. There's a lot of smart players what are working in Granada Hills, what know the names in that as well. So yeah, jump onto it and support the node and build in it as well, and then you'll be able to benefit from it. So I see a lot of potential in the future. 503 for Uppies as well, so we'll need to buy another 3 to get these giveaways, and I'll just basically buy off the secondary market, and then I'm supporting Granada Hills. I've already got 1001 properties, but if I keep buying off the Granada Hills secondary and then just give that property away for the wheel each week, it means the Granada Hills properties are getting bought up on the secondary, but then also I've got the property for the giveaway, so I don't drop under the amount, which is 1001 properties right now. I want to try and hold 1001 properties. I'm not in it for the small term. I don't want to make money quickly. I see Granada Hills as a long journey, 2030, 2035, 2040. I'm like in this for like the really big returns. So like, yes, you can make money, you can flip stuff, but there's a lot more. Like Granada Hills are planned for the last 3 years. Like wait till you see the next 3 years what's planned. So there's a lot of good stuff. Not a lot of stuff I talk about, because like we don't want other nodes and other players like kind of using the same strategies and stuff like that. You know, I appreciate every other node what's doing their thing. They're doing a lot of good stuff, a lot of bad stuff, you know what I mean? We're doing a lot of good stuff, a lot of bad stuff, but yeah, I keep a lot of the strategies like closed down, like kind of locked away. But you can see here 27,000, 27,500. So I think this property is not locked right now, so the floor should be at 27,000. But let's go see where the floor is right now, because obviously those players, those properties are jailed right now. I think I can get this one. Yep, so 27,000 is where the floor is right now. So I'll pretty much buy this property, and then I'll buy also the 27,500, and then I'll give those two away for the wheel spins, and then also Bazar 86 and also Workday's got a property to give away as well. So that's 3 properties going to players in Granada Hills. Yeah, that's really awesome to see. What else has been going on? So I'll get rid of these wheels. I'll keep them up just in case until the end of the video. But yeah, Upland's firing out with these announcements right now. We've got the pins, the home pins in your neighborhood or wherever you are, like your home address. So this is cool to see. And then you've also got the new multi-asset sales, so you can sell properties with structures, cars, map assets, like structure ornaments and stuff like that. So yeah, I like the idea of this, but I don't like how it messes up the markups of properties and stuff as well. With Upland being a property virtual trading game, like you have meta ventures to sell assets, so and then like how much do you get because of the assets? You know, like are you gonna get the royalties? Do we still get royalties on assets? How's that all gonna work? If the property say this property was worth 5,555, how much is the property worth, and how much is the one structure ornament worth, and the one vehicle and the one map asset? Like, does Upland work that out separately? So, because technically, don't you get a certain percent off how much the ornament or the asset sells for? So I don't know how it's all going to work. I hope it doesn't mess up like the proper data, because to me, Upland's a proper virtual trading game. As you know, I'm not into like the gimmicks, like the racing's very like, it's not just like kind of not enjoyable or it's fun for a while. It's also very like against new players. Like I know they've got the markups with like the speed ups and stuff like that now, like the power ups or whatever. But like, there's a lot of ways new players aren't seeing how players what have been in the game for a while can manipulate that and just kind of hold on to stuff. So it's good to see that they've actually brought out more power ups for racing and other stuff. And then same with the structure ornament competition as well. It's just like for UCG creators, if you're a new player, you've not got like loads of structures already built and you've not got your own structure ornament factory, like you don't stand a chance. Like, you know, there's no point even entering it because it's just so monopolized to the point where like no wonder people don't do structure ornaments. Like property virtual trading game, building a markup, growing a neighborhood, growing a node, like it's very exciting. Like even these, I find these very exciting. A lot of people hate these, but there's a lot of different variants of a police van. These are very popular, like in London and other stuff. Like we'll get these. You also get these fire trucks and these type of ambulances in the UK. Yes, we do have the ones with the box on the back, and we do have the fire trucks with the ladders and stuff like that. But that they're not saying like they're only releasing one type. And that's the thing, they're obviously going to release this one, and then like a massive fire engine is going to be $200. And like, don't think these are the last ones coming. There'll be a lot of different ones. There'll probably be a paramedic vehicle. There'll probably be like a police car. There's probably going to be like a riot van, or maybe like the one with a water cannon, or like, you know, your fire engines. I just believe there's going to be a lot, even hazmat, you know, for like your waste and everything like that. I see there being a lot more kind of vehicles coming out as well. And I'm for these. I like the price. I like everything what's going for these. If it was closer to payday, I'd have bought all 3 of these as well. I think this is a great idea how they link up to your structures as well. So if you've already got like a fire station, a police station, a hospital, you'll be able to like kind of get a boost using these vehicles, which I think is awesome. I'm really looking forward to this. And then if I don't know, like if you don't know already, check this out. You can see here you've got the road like all filled in now. And then if you keep going down, you've got the road all filled in now. If you go down, you've got the road all filled in now. If you keep going down, where is the next one? There was another one I seen. Where was it? You've got the road in here and the structure ornaments. So you've got the roads here now. So are roads coming out in Upland? That's the one thing I want to know as well, because if you look at the actual map, Like, it's great having all your structure ornaments, like map assets, whatever you want to do, but then look at the roads. So why do we have buses? Why do we have like transport, like even the police, fire trucks, ambulance? I love the idea and like kind of idea, but like we need the road. And like, is the road going to be like a public road, like kind of the mayor account owns the roads in certain neighborhoods or cities, or is it going to be like divided into like kind of blocks? So eventually if someone has to use this road, like you'll get a commission based off how far they have to travel, or if they use your road at all, you know, just like the simplified travel. Is it going to come into that in the future, like 5 years, 10 years down the line? You know, I see like roads being a really big thing as well. If you need to travel from A to B and you have to use this certain bit of the road, like the person what owns that will be compensated, or is it just going to be like Upland owns? Yeah, I just see a lot, like you've got properties, you've got land, you've got structures, you've got all the map assets like traffic cone, barriers, you've got vehicles, you've got just like everything, but you've not got roads. So it's like the roads has got to be the next thing coming kind of thing. So I'm really bullish on that as well. I'm like kind of into the property virtual trading games so much, and now with the Uppies it makes sense. You know, if you build and do really well, you'll be rewarded. If you don't, you won't be. And that's why I don't like gamified earnings, and that's why I'm actually happy that I've got my yield down, because now we're at 730. So like being at 1.2 million and going down from 17% to 15.2 is like 170,000 UPEX. Whereas if I went and rented my Sparklet out, I could rent that 600,000 Sparklet out for about 700,000 UPEX, you know, maybe a little bit more. So if you add that 700,000 UPEX on top of my yield, you can see here I'm earning about 1.4 million. If I didn't build in Granada Hills and I'd just done contracts on UPX land and other places and then MCS renting my own private Sparklet out, I could actually bring in about 1.4 million UPEX right now, which is really cool. So it gives me the option to build out Granada Hills, and it gives me also the option to earn more UPEX if I really need to as well. But right now we're looking at building the structures and getting as many structures up as possible. So pretty much heading for 400, 500,000 Sparklet. And at that point we'll be in a really good position. And I'm just going to keep focusing on the property and stuff like that as well. Like, happy a lot of people like different stuff in the game as well. But I'm here for like the property virtual trading game. And this is what I really liked when Upland released. Where is it? A new chapter. So here, so there's actually a new announcement as well, so we'll go into this in a second. I'm just going to make this video just as it goes, you know what I mean? Like, we're going to catch up with everything over the last few weeks as well. So Upland is the only city builder where strategy, community and ownership all matter. No one is doing this, and we've been doing this since 2019. So yes, perfect. Like, I really agree with this. And this is a bit where, like, I'm not against Upland. I'm against, like, Upland's made this beautiful property virtual trading game, and then you're just going to, like, ruin it by sticking like stupid structure ornaments on, like, and making people like move structure ornaments about, and just turn it like very childish from making it an adult game. Like maybe some, like, you know, a pop-up where you can actually like change stuff, and like, you know, electricity to properties, you know, different kind of stuff where there's damage, so you need to like repair your structures. So Abdullah can't just have a million structures, he'll need to repair them. So the bigger your kind of portfolio gets, the harder it is to manage. Like Uppies, you're using kind of strategy to keep the Uppies, to mint Uppies, to play the games. Like, that is the gamified earnings. So once you start to bring that all into house with the Uppies, like, you won't earn as much money once Uppay payments come out. Like, obviously the yield's going down, so once the yield disappears or goes down to about a 5% base, you will be getting like the rest of the 10%, 12%, whatever, from the Uppay payments. And those Uppay payments, so if you don't do good or keep your land, like obviously they said with the life, you know, stuff can die, there's loads of different stuff, so that will become the like gamified earnings as such. But instead of having to do them like chores, they become more fun and more natural, and just more like kind of a proper virtual trading game. You know, City Skylines, you know, if you don't have the right amount of like waste disposal, you know, people start dying because of like the backup in, like, you know what I mean, all the rubbish and stuff like that. So in the future I don't see it being like so much like third party or out of like, you know, the maps and also the leaderboards and all that kind of stuff. I see a lot of stuff coming in with the Uppies and stuff like that. So yeah, once they have to go to work, and then the factory basically earns a higher percentage because there's workers in that, and then obviously more players start to come to the node as well, will just encourage more Uppies. So I do see like a really positive future with like the property virtual trading game. I just think like a lot of this, like, let Roblox be Roblox, like let Decentraland be Decentraland. Like, those games like for kids, or those games don't really work. Like Sandbox, Decentraland, they're just not really cutting it. It's fun, but it's not like, you'd never get a player like me into that. Like, I'm not into gaming as much. Like, Upland is something what I'm totally hooked on, that property virtual trading game of it. And like, I'm not really a person what puts any money into any games or like stuff like that. I've had FIFA, I've played stuff in the past, but like, I've never put in like, I've not even put a bet on for more than like 40 quid in my life. I think my birthday and stuff like that. So you've hooked a player like me into a game what has just a normal life and doesn't really game. So that's the kind of strategy you need. And like, you need to attract those type of players what will put money in. And if those players are going to put money in, they need to see like they need to see at least a little bit of the end goal. They need to see where they can like kind of push those returns and other stuff. So yeah, like that's where I see it. Like, I don't get, maybe the way I come across sometimes is a bit too, but like, I genuinely am like kind of hooked on this game and I love it. I want the best for this game, but some of the stuff is just so repetitive. Like, they're moving 10 map assets. Like, now if I just go over to Cali, which is my only property in Milan, I'll have to go just over like this way because I can't mind the full address. But if we go over to Spain and then Milan, I've got one property right now. I don't have any plans to keep it. I just plan to sell it, but I knew there might be another kind of gamified earning what comes up with this property, so I kept one just in case. So yeah, you can see I've got 6 properties assets on this right now. Like, what's the point? Like, it's just moving assets over for the sake of moving assets over. Like, look over here. So it's like, it could be more kind of thought about and more like to do with a property virtual trading game. Like, assets are good and stuff like that. Structure ornaments can be fun, but it's too it's too niche for players. Like same with the racing, it's very niche to gain a mass audience. It'll focus and like entertain the 1%, the 2%, the 3%, but it won't entertain like the majority of the Upland players. Like, the property virtual trading game does that, bringing roads in does that, bringing in like different royalties and different payment mechanics will do that, like the Uppies will do that. There's a lot of positive stuff and I'm really excited to see that. But yeah, we just need to like I just can't wait for like gamified earnings and structure ornaments and all that stuff. Like, I've got assets as well, like MMCS line. I don't agree that my assets should be able to use in competitions, because I can just make like either a massive like 500,000 to one asset, or I can make just like loads of different color traffic cones at 20 mint, 50 mint, whatever, just to kind of gamify these competitions. And I just don't agree with that at all. If you've not got like as many properties as other players, you don't stand a chance, and like, players should know that before they get involved. I think, like, just be honest, instead of like the players thinking they can actually get ahead or get like to the top of the leaderboard. I just don't see it, especially with the price of Sparklet and all the other stuff. You're going to need a hell of a lot of time and buildings to even something to put those structure ornaments onto. So yeah, it doesn't make sense for me, that side of it. So, a new chapter in Upland Growth, City Evolution and Mixed Use Structures. So, here we go again, let's have a wee look at this. So, we're excited to introduce 2 important updates to the Upland ecosystem, a fresh way to expand partially released cities, City Evolutions, and a brand new building type, Mixed Use Structures. City Evolution's a smart way to grow. In the past, when expanding a city, we've typically released large number of properties across multiple neighbourhoods all at once. While this approach offers scale, it can also flood the market. Oh wow, here we go. This is what I was just looking for. Make it harder for players to participate meaningfully, especially new players. Neighbourhood evolutions are a new, more measured approach. These only apply to cities that were previously open but only partially released. They are not a method we will use for launching brand new cities or areas. So they're basically trying to get rid of all these locked properties as well, I guess, and this might be a way to do that. Instead of launching thousands of properties at once, we'll gradually release small batches within a single neighbourhood. Each neighbourhood might have multiple openings over time, spaced at regular intervals, usually on weekends, making it easier for players to plan and participate. This is amazing. Like, congratulations. This is like something we needed from like a year ago. Like, how can we release Hong Kong, Sydney, and then go into Milan or wherever and have an expansion in between that as well? Like, it just didn't make any sense. So now this is starting to like look really cool. Why this is more sustainable? This new approach is designed to drip out properties in a steady, meaningful cadence. focusing on smaller regular releases within particularly open cities, partially open cities, by introducing properties incrementally through neighborhood level evolutions. Why can't you just have simple words, man? New players can participate more easily without facing overwhelming competition of massive minting events. Returning players have recurring opportunities to engage without having to wait for large-scale city expansions. The upland market stays balanced with more controlled flow of new inventory that avoids flooding supply. This is just the main thing as well. Like, literally, if this came out a few years ago, like, there's no, like, you're losing, like, the whole system's amazing, but you lose, like, what it means by just dumping so many properties. Like, you know, we talked about earlier, if we go to overview here, 320,000 properties or whatever. Like, there's just, like, if you're coming into the game and you're going to drop a few $1,000s, like, looking at this, you just wouldn't, because, like, it's not clever to, because with this data right now, it's not smart to put money in, because, like, there's so much supply to compete with. I get it if we've got, like, 20, 30, 40,000 players, but we don't. We have 5. We have 5,000 daily players. So, like, let's stop thinking we have 50,000 players, and, like, when we do have 50,000 players, which I believe we will do, then we can go back to larger, like, kind of releases and stuff like that. But how can we release, like, 20, 40, 60, whatever, 1,000 properties onto a market where players just aren't going to buy? And now the more you push Uppies, the less you're going to push new cities, because everybody's building in a certain area. So it doesn't make sense unless you, like, don't understand upland and you come into it and you want to buy a certain place of land, or you want to put in a lot of money, a lot of time, build your own node, and yes, in 3 years time you can come back and say, look what we've built. But for, like, the majority of players, this doesn't make any sense. So this is really, really cool to see. Collections and portfolios become easier to build with focused attention on one neighborhood at a time. This method supports sustainable long-term growth while keeping upland more accessible and exciting for all players. So meet the first mixed-use structures. So these ones, we're also excited to introduce a brand new building type in upland, mixed-use structures, designed with both service units, residential living space in mind. These structures bring a dynamic and versatile layer to the neighbourhood development. So I think this is a great idea, especially if you've got a smaller plot of land. You can build a lot of different stuff up as well. And it'll be cool to see how many living resident units have got, because an apartment's got 8 units, but then, like, you've got a micro house with 1 living unit. You've also got, like, a luxury ranch house with 1 living unit. You've got a townhouse with 1 living unit. You've got small townhouse with 1 living unit, I believe. So, like, it doesn't make sense based on how many sparklet hours it takes from a micro to a luxury ranch house. Like, maybe the micro should be 1, a luxury ranch house should be 2 living units. Like, I think they need to adjust, like, some of the structures they've already got in game first. And then here's another one. But it doesn't stop there. There is a modular structure, meaning players can combine future compatible units to expand and create custom mixed-use blocks or larger complexes as built out their city vision. So cool. So you could actually stick them together, like, and have a proper... Yeah, this is, like, I'm looking forward to this. And, like, I think, like, obviously with the footprint stuff as well, with the larger service structures, I think that's where they're going to have animations and where, like, certain stuff's going to move in the game as well. Because, like, if you move an asset, it can't move here. So I think in the future, it's like, why couldn't you build, like, traffic lights, or why couldn't you put certain stuff over the chimney? And it's like, because they're bringing vehicles out in a few years. Like, Upland knew why you couldn't do that, but we never knew why we couldn't do that. So this will be the same. Footprints will be exactly the same. There's a reason why the bus terminal, you can put a bus underneath it, and there's a reason why in, like, say, the university, you can't go near it. There's a reason for that, and we just don't know that reason yet. The Cafe edition is region locked to North America, but it's just the beginning. We'll be introducing more versions of mixed-use structures in the future, both to expand the modular system and bring regionality inspired variations to other parts of the world. So yeah, this is cool. So first city evolution, Rock Hills, Dallas. So we're starting the new evolution model with the Rock Hills neighborhood in Dallas. Off the 5,228 total properties in this area, fewer than 2,000 will be available for the first wave. More will follow in the future drops. I like this a lot. This is going to be really, really cool. And especially new players coming on as well. It makes more sense because, like, they're dropping 2,000 properties. Instead of seeing, like, the markets, because you'll be like, oh, I might sell something. Then it doesn't sell for, like, 2 weeks. Then you go look at the markets on UPX Land and you realise there's another 1,000 properties, you know, like, already just been dumped at, like, $3 or something like that. So, yeah, I see this, like, kind of holding the market up a lot better as well. This sale starts on the 25th and finishes on the 27th. Properties will be sold in bundles in both UPEX and USD through the Upland store. Unsold properties will be temporarily removed at the end of the sale window and reintroduced in future waves. Yeah, perfect. Like, congratulations to Upland with that. White Rock Hills standard bundle include one random property. So this is basically what you get, and valued at 15,000 UPEX or more. So this is cool. So you're going to get your money back, if not more. And then White Rock Hills Deluxe bundle. So this one here, $20, random property, neighbourhood, exclusive Main Street modular apartments, and the cafe structure underneath. So this is cool. Then looking ahead to finish it off, the introduction of city evolutions and mixed-use structures marks a key evolution in how Upland grows and how players can grow with it by focusing on sustainable, accessible evolutions in exciting cities and layering in new functionality structures. We're building a foundation for richer neighbourhoods, stronger economies, and more meaningful players' experiences. This is just the beginning as we continue refining these systems based on your feedback. You can expect more sustainable neighbourhood openings, new structure types, and expand regional structures in months ahead. Keep an eye out on the announcements, get ready to mint, and as always, let us know what you think. Your input shapes the future of Upland. Our input is shaping the future of Upland now. They didn't listen at all for years, but this last 3 months is I'm very, very impressed. Like, I will kind of admit when, like, you know, things are changing. I'm not like on a thing to be like kind of put a bad picture on Upland, but like, I'm gonna say it is a spade's a spade, and a spade will always be a spade. If something's not working, like, it's gotta be like, I've put 20 grand into this. I'm not just gonna sit and like, oh yeah, this is great, I'm gonna buy loads of structure ornaments when they're actually just not. Like, it's just mad to me. But this is really cool, so I'm actually looking forward to this. Yeah, pretty much gone on for a while now. Thank you so much for all the support. Pretty much going to leave the video here. I think we've talked through everything. We've got, well, I got a bus as well in Granada Hills. We're getting all the service structures. We're just piling on as many service structures as we can. So jump onto Granada Hills, get your property and start your building as well. Jump onto the Spark Train. The link's in the description down below. And then jump on Monday. We'll probably be back Sunday actually, but maybe do a video every single day except like kind of Saturday, and then start Sunday to like Friday. I'm not too sure, we'll have a look, but yeah, I'm just buzzing to get back now as well. I just really needed that rest just to kind of step back as well, because yeah, 3 years and that is just kind of like everything building up, so it's really nice to come back to it with a fresh mind as well. So make sure you get enough time, make sure you chill out as well, like, you know, take your time away from the phone, not just sitting on it all day as well. It is like, you do need to get out and just stuff. I had a lot going on at work, a lot in my relationship, a lot in like normal life, just like loads of stuff going on in my personal life, and then you add on like everything with this as well, the Discord, the node, like it just becomes like a lot very quickly. So yeah, make sure you definitely take your time and take your care and take your time to just kind of enjoy being outside as well, not just sitting at a computer screen and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you so much for the support. I'm going to leave the video here. Comment down below what you'd like me to film in the next videos and that. Appreciate all the support if you got to the end of the video, and I'll see you tomorrow for another one. METAVERSEMILLEN, peace.